Hey everyone, this is Ultra Runner. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at the newest release from Mafex. This is the comic book, Captain America. Pretty highly anticipated character that they've decided to go and do in line with, as you can see to his right and the left, the last two Mafex releases, which are the Stealth Suit Cap and then the Classic Suit Captain America. I've got mine here posed, the comic book cap with the shield from the classic suit, along with his actual shield that he comes with on the rock pedestal that came with the classic suit. And so, just a quick look, for you guys who haven't been here before, I do have every Mafex cap and every SS Figuarts cap. Typically I'm doing comparisons to what I have, but I don't sell mine off. I actually keep mine, and this is kind of like my Captain America area. But enough about that. We're going to go and get into the Mafex cap review and let you guys take a look and see what's going on. All right, we're going to go and get started with Comic Cap by Mafex. We'll take a look at the box first of all. Again, traditional Mafex comic book box series. Pretty simple. Images of the figure on the side, legalese on the bottom, image of figure on the top. I'm actually on the other side too, and then of course the back you've got the figure in multiple poses. When you guys see the Daredevil review, I would definitely say they kind of went back on a Daredevil review, the Daredevil box to the old comic inside kind of layout, but they didn't really do it for Cap. But honestly, I don't think they really had to. Probably to sell them. Contents of the box, you get an array of hands. You get the shield thrown hands with the attachments, open relaxed, the single pointer, fist, open splayed hands. You have actually hands where you can probably hold a pistol or something like that. And then you got the grippy hands for like the shield grab, and then you've got the different little adapters for the shield. I'm just going to say this: the shield situation hasn't gotten any better. Mafex is just nobody does a good version of that. So, well, at least in SH Figuarts and Mafex, they all do a pretty horrible job. Of course, inside the box, you also get the the authentication little packet, let you know that you actually got a true Metacom and it wasn't a knockoff. And then you get the Mafex flight stand, which right now I've been using for my Boba Fett display. If you guys haven't seen that, so we'll go ahead and jump right into this guy here. So again, I've got him posed up with the shield from the classic suit, and this looks more like the I think it's 1941 was the release of Captain America, and this is the shield he had. Granted, his cowl was different and didn't actually cover the bottom part of his face, but this is really, really close. If you wanted a comic book issue #1 Captain America, this is a great way to do it. Granted, it requires you to buy two different figures, but for you guys who are looking to have the second figure, and that's how mine's going to be displayed, just kind of like I just showed you guys right there. But let me angle this down a bit here. But across the board, like I said, these little snaps for the shield is still the I hate them. And granted, once you get them on there, it's fine. I mean, the only thing worse than this is really the shield attachment for the back. That's just horrible. But I'll digress. Let's start with the figure. Pretty typical Mafex articulation. So I won't really go into that. What I want to do is go into essentially what they've done differently with this figure here. They've done a good job of evolving the shoulder area to me to be more like the SHF, because I honestly think the SHF really wins it in the shoulder areas for us to make it look natural and to make it smooth. So if you look at like the compared to the stealth suit. Stealth suit would just basically, see if I can get this guy to stand up right quick. So the stealth suit basically just had two big arms that plugged in here. Two big arms, but an arm that plugged into a socket here. That's pretty much it. Yeah, it was butterfly and all that. But it was kind of hidden. But the shoulder still looks a little odd because no one's shoulder is really shaped like that. And I know the straps here, the leather straps essentially kind of accentuate that, but it still just didn't look supernatural. Well, when they went to the classic suit, they did a great job of adding the butterfly a little higher. So what it did was it made that shoulder kind of come across a little bit smoother and look a lot more natural. So definitely a big improvement there. So Mafex kind of saw where their mistake was. And then with this one here, this to me is probably a better evolution of that last version. But it's just a great looking shoulder area. So aesthetically, no matter if you have him standing in a regular pose or you got him posed in an action pose, he just looks really good. Face mask, you've got great looking head sculpt there. I know it's kind of hard to see, but all that darkness you're seeing here, that's all dark wash. That's also in the legs here. So it makes the suit look crisp, but it still looks almost cell sheeted kind of. It's pretty neat here in the back as well. It does look really good. I do like that added detail because when I first got it, I thought it was just going to be like just crispy and blue, but it's not crispy and blue. It's actually got a little bit of age to it, kind of like Cap. But they definitely did a great job with it. Other accessories in the box, like so you get a secondary head sculpt. It's a gritting face. So definitely a good one. No paint issues, nothing like that at all. Just very well done, kind of comparison to the one he came with. So the neutral looks really good. I mean, they definitely get good job with it. And then you also get a cowless head sculpt. And just a great, comic book, square-jawed Steve Rogers. So, another good one there. And then, if you go without the cowl on, it does have like the cowl where it just folds behind the typical Mafex thing there. And we'll go and pop the head sculpt on right quick. Let's first do the angry. So you can see that there. Very nice. And then we'll see if we can get this whole piece pulled out so we can do the cowl. All right, and so we're gonna drop this here like that. And we'll just plug in. Oh, maybe it goes first. Oh, maybe it goes over the top. Okay, that plugs in there. Oh, that's probably how it goes. Over the top. And that plugs in there. And so you got your Cap. Without the cowl on. And just from behind, kind of see what that looks like. Pretty neat. Definitely think they did a great job with that. Kind of like the Mafex, like Mafex did with the Wolverines. I mean, definitely cool look. I mean, mine won't be unmasked, but that's definitely a great look. Maybe a head sculpt I can use on a different figure for maybe a kit bash I'm going to do later on. But yeah, super cool. I definitely did a great job with this figure. No real complaints. I mean, of course, I'm a Cap fanatic, so I was going to pick this guy up anyway. So But if you're looking to pick up, a good comic cap, there's several good ones out there. I know Marvel Legends has a couple, or maybe they've got several, and then the Marvel Select has been really kind of like, I think, everyone's choice of like the definitive classic suit cap. Is just not in 6-inch scale, of course, but this guy here, great 6-inch scale. And what I'll do is let me get him back to his regular. Oh, I guess let me show one thing too. Let's look at the shields, because he does come with two. He comes with one that goes on his back, and this is probably the best thing they've ever done, is actually give us a second shield with these straps built in, because these things are just so much of a pain in the butt. And then here, I'll take this off as a rock. Well, not technically, not his rock. But I was saying here is it's got the little plugins there. This is still a little bit more secure than they normally are, but it's still the normal Mafex. You got to deal with it, and it's aggravating. You kind of hate it. It is an oversized shield compared to the other ones, but of course, the comic book cap, his shield was huge. That just was the thing. So the ports aren't compatible between his original shield and the new classic shield, because you can see one has like a rectangle with a little slide at the very bottom to key it in, and this one's got the two little I guess those hexagons to key those in. So a little different of a look there, but and of course size wise definitely much different in size. But I do really like this shield, and it does give him that, like, say, just 1941 comic book issue #1 look. So definitely a big thing. But I know most of you guys are probably going to end up rocking them with this shield here. But I mean, the regular shield goes in the back like normal, but for this one here, I think what you do is you just kind of loop it around like this. Or actually, what you probably have to do is go over the top. I think that's kind of how you do most of these nowadays. Oh, I guess I was wrong. These do come out. Yeah, that is not on. It's just pegging like that. This is, man, I don't like this. That's probably one of the things I just can't stand about how Mafex and SH Figuarts do these shields. So let's try something else. All right, now we got his head sculpt back on and his shield on. Let's kind of get him side by side with a couple of figures. So let's start off with Marvel Legends. So if you want to kind of get an idea of how he scales with Marvel Legends, this is the new Warbird, or as I call it, Yellow Hair. So definitely good size relation there. Definitely not bad at all. Let's look at a Mafex. This is the X-Force Wolverine. X-Force Deadpool, which is probably where I fell in love with this kind of plain sculpt that Mafex does, and he's definitely one of my favorite figures that I own, and just the look and detail of him. But I'll stop fanboying over him. But getting a good idea. Capsule is a little bit bigger, a little bit taller, a little bit bigger body. But I think as he should. Definitely a good look here. Let's look at a couple other figures here. So we'll bring in his buddy from tons of different episodes. We got Wolverine here. Mafex Wolverine. Definitely a great look. And we'll also look at here the Mezco Bishop. So, Bishop's a little bit bigger, but most of that is because Mezcos are a little bit bigger scale than the Marvel Legends and Mafex and SH Figuarts, but definitely a good look, and he fits in really well. I like Bishop being a bigger guy anyway, so. But yeah, so we got those there. And then we'll sit him here next to a review that's coming, and that is the new Mafex Daredevil. Again, those guys are great together from that comic book series line. Like I say, definitely, you can definitely tell it's a different body used. Daredevil's a little bit more slender, almost like a Spider-Man. Still a little bit more bulk than that though, but yeah, that's a good look for those two guys there. One more comparison here, and I'm not going to take him out the flight stand just because he's on the flight stand, but this is probably Sleeper, one of my favorite figures that I didn't think I would even like. Let me try to back this up a bit. But the Mafex Homelander, man, I'm just going to tell you, that is easily one of my top 10. Just the suit, the execution for this guy, the head sculpt, amazing. So, but again, in that world, yeah, they would never kind of relate, but just kind of give you guys, an idea of the fit and finish compared to him. All right, we'll bring in the caps. So we've got the stealth suit cap here. And then we'll bring in the classic suit cap. And again, like I said, the bodies really didn't change. I don't think there's definitely some modification done in here for sure, of course, to make it all work. But this to me looks like improvements. It's like, hey, we did a great job from the Infinity War and the Endgame, and that was the first step. And then the next step was here for classic suit, and here I think where they found their stride. I don't have a really big issue with this one here, other than the fact that the straps kind of look to be a little less bulky than they are on here, and I do like the bulky look of the straps. I just don't like the fact that this is kind of gapped the way it is. But yeah, that's it for the two caps, and these Mafex caps, of course, are pretty stellar, top of the line. Flawless execution across the board in just about every way, and this cap will go right in with them on the shelf. And then last but not least, I'll bring in an SHF for comparison. This is my kit bash for my worthy Sam Wilson from Brave New World. So this is just my variant of him. This is the Falcon and Winter Soldier head sculpt and neck peg and collar. No, actually that's not the collar. So yes, the head sculpt and neck peg from the Falcon and Winter Soldier. Then you've got the in-game SH Figuarts Captain America clean body, his shield, and then the hands, because of course the hands that came with them are have the fingers exposed. So these are the actual extra set of hands from the Cap versus Cap. So which kind of tie into the red and the goggles, and then the hammer is actually the extra hammer that came, or the extra Mjolnir that came with the Mafex cap, since I have mine on display with the spinning hammer. So yeah, so this is my worthy Sam Wilson Brave New World Captain America. So there you go. But again, SHF proportions, this SHF cap is definitely smaller because it's only older frame. But just for kind of subtle comparisons, it's definitely, I would say the comic book cap would be a bigger guy anyway. He had a little bit more of a big presence, but yeah. I'm going to get this on the way here. Now, if you're looking to pick up a cap, this is definitely not the one you have to have. And I'll just be straight up with you guys. If you're a huge cap fan, I think this is definitely the way to go. You've got great articulation. You don't have the pins and things like that, or the weird knee covers like you do with some of the more inexpensive figures. You got toe joints. You got great posability. You got great proportions. Accessories are top notch. The paint is, you look at those stripes. That paint is literally top notch. So if you're a Captain America enthusiast and you're looking for probably the best Captain America you can get for 6-inch scale, this is definitely it. I don't have any of the Marvel Legends to compare it to, but compared to the Marvel Legends I do have, they don't really compare it to my SH Figuarts and my Mafex. I mean, that's just, but they shouldn't, because we're talking about, you know, a $25 figure versus a $100 figure. In a lot of cases, if you're buying it from like Big Bad, I mean, maybe 70, 85, 90 bucks if you're buying it from like Ami Ami. But if you're a cap enthusiast, you don't really have a choice. This is the way to go. If you're not a cap enthusiast and you just want to look, you're looking and you find a good deal on them, yeah, if you can, it's great to go with. But for the most part, this is definitely, to me, the definitive Captain America. And if you're just looking for like a one and done cap across all medians, and you just like, I just want to get, or mediums, not medians, mediums, and you really just want a definitive cap, you know, I would say the three to look at would be these three guys here. And if you got to pick one of those three, what's the cap to go with? Well, I mean, that's a video for another day, but you know, this is kind of what you would look at as far as like, to me, the top three caps, depending on if you want to do true original, you want to do something that kind of is a throwback, or something that's more modern MCU based and derivative. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment down below, let me know what you think. In this cap, like I say, I'm a cap guy anyway, so this is going to display. I'll have more pictures and stuff like that posted a bit when they get all done. But in the meantime, thank you for checking it out. Later.